If you guys enjoy my content and you want to see the channel grow, then consider hitting that join button. There's 3 tiers to choose from, and you get exclusive content here on the channel that's not available to other subscribers. Once you hit the join button and pick which tier best suits you, go over to the playlist. There's 2 different categories to choose from: past live stream as well as exclusive content only available for members, such as the Storm Nation live stream, which is a live stream every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. for the members, by the members, as well as other exclusive videos already uploaded on the main channel. All you have to do is click the join button, pick a tier, and then start watching exclusive content. Thank you all so much, and I hope you guys join the membership and become a part of Storm Nation.
What's up? What's up? You muted, Rob.
Chilling, man.
You muted, Rob.
Still muted.
Dude,
Still muted.
It's a 4 gigabyte memory on this computer. It's like dealing with it's Windows 95. Okay.
Hey man, but there are other benefits that you have, so chill out on that.
You're not wrong.
Let's not go into that.
I'm not. Hey, listen. Hey.
That's a whole different other stream.
Of course.
But,
that's why I pop in and come out.
I get those same benefits at his house with the best computer. Best of both worlds.
Anything that ever happens in my life,
in my house. So
that's why anything that ever happens, no matter what it is, it's always here because of this computer.
There it is.
I cannot do anything without the same computer.
Oh, that's okay. I'm already going to invest in a laptop, so I'm going to be good. But I mean, slowly my studio is going to be in that next room anyway. So, hey guys, overall thoughts, question, loved it. That's from Nindroid, $2 super chat. And then Michael West came in with a super chat. Then we're caught up, and then we can get into the discussion. This Wanda easily could take Thanos on. Well, she easily took Thanos on anyway. So all right. Battle Royale. You guys can talk, say whatever you guys want. Jump in there and discuss.
Round 1.
Fight!
I was completely underwhelmed by this. I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad episode.
Bullshit.
Sorry. You can say whatever you want, LDGs, because you were wrong.
Okay, so I wasn't gonna say I was underwhelmed, but there were definitely some parts where I was like, all right, this is a DC movie. Everybody's just fighting in the air now. Like,
yeah, right.
I mean, when you look at it, and spoiler warning for those of you who may not have seen it.
And what are they doing on this channel?
Right.
I'm just saying. If at the end they don't even bring up Agatha. It's like you're going to be the neighbor forever, and then she lets everybody go, releases the hex. And she goes off and does her own thing. Where's Agatha?
Yeah, that was one thing that I thought too.
You already know what happened. She literally just told you 5 minutes ago. You're going to be there forever.
Pause. But she got rid of the hex completely.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the middle of the hex.
Yeah. So where did she go? Like you're sticking her in this middle of this little can, and then you're destroying the can. Where'd she go?
Well, she.
But then also. They wasted the moment with the scroll.
No, I disagree with you.
Well, I don't need that. I mean, I understand they're going to try to tie this to, Secret Invasion and some other stuff. But here's my biggest thing. This was supposed to make us want to. This was supposed to go into.
It did.
Strange in the multi.
Well, I mean, okay. So
how?
Okay, if you go back and you look at
nothing's changed that much.
If you go back and
you didn't watch my review, did you?
No, not yet. I have not. But then again, I work anywhere from freaking 10 to 12 hours a day sometimes. So
don't even think this is going to the freaking Secret Wars. It might not even go there, man.
I know, man.
Because
That's going to Captain Marvel, I'm sure. That
Yes,
whole end scene is going into
Yes.
Captain Marvel.
That first one's going to Captain Marvel. Absolutely.
Yes, I understand that. But
The second one's going to go to the multiverse, but okay, so maybe the kid screaming was screaming from the multiverse, but that's not her kids. Second, what the hell happened to Senior Scratchy? What the hell is your first point that you
rabbit,
made? Is the whole town supposed to like, oh, I know who you are. You're some stranger now. That's just mind hacks for life. It just left off a cliff.
Well,
I agree.
saw-
I agree. I think it did, but I just think that, like, yes, definitely there was no clear, like, moving from the from WandaVision over to what's his name, Doctor Strange. Definitely there was a moving on from Captain Marvel, and then they're talking about some, and then the Skrulls. Yes, the Skrulls, obviously, but they already said that they announced that they're going to do Secret Invasion in the Disney investor call. So I mean, like,
well,
it could be both. It could be it could be a tie-in to Spider-Man, because at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, they did introduce the Skrulls, so it could be a tie-in to the beginning of that. But then that was kind of like unobvious. But then obviously Photon, Monica Rambeau is an obvious tie-in to Captain Marvel.
I don't know. They had way too much left open, and they just ignored what they couldn't close, and closed what you already knew was going to happen. And it was like,
but they ended it like they were going to end it. All they did is they punked the whole fan base.
They did.
They planted Easter eggs there to make you go freaking crazy expecting stuff.
People.
I don't think
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
now we can.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't think they punked the whole universe. I was kind of like y'all at the beginning, and I'm the only one on this panel that hated this show at the beginning.
No, you're not. Remember, we talked about this, me and you.
I was with you at first. I didn't like it at first. The beginning. The only thing I liked about it
the first few episodes
was the nostalgic.
Was shit, and it won me over. But after listening, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but after listening to Rob's video today, I agree 1,000% with everything he said. When I first saw it, I was underwhelmed, but then when I listened to him, I went back and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was an origin story for Scarlet Witch, and I'm totally happy with how it ended. No complaint.
Can I capitalize on that? Because I heard what Chris said. I disagree with Chris. Complete opposite. Underwhelmed and all this stuff. You have every right to be underwhelmed. Well, the problem is with the YouTube fan base, smart fan base today. Everybody is sitting there picking every frame apart with his fine-tooth comb going, oh, this is going to lead into this. This is going to lead into this. This is going to lead. Let me finish what I'm saying first.
You're fine.
Nowhere did Kevin Feige say this was going to do this or this was going to do this, or the director of WandaVision said this was going to. This is what the fans made up in their heads. And then when it didn't come through, like Game of Thrones, it's, oh, no, this isn't what it gave us. No, it gave us exactly what it should have gave us. It was the origin story of the Scarlet Witch. Yes, it leads into Doctor Strange because now she rivals the Sorcerer Supreme. She's the Scarlet Witch. We see her studying that book. That's going to go into Doctor Strange. The multiverse shit, that's shit that we all put in our own minds. Nowhere did they ever say WandaVision is going to tap into the multiverse and we're going to discover all. They never said that. That was shit we all came up with on YouTube. And the thing is, these little Easter eggs, guys, that's what they are. Fucking Easter eggs. Not everything you need Sherlock Holmes to come and try to figure this stuff out. This story was a story about a girl who lost her parents, lost her brother, lost her lover, and she was devastated, created this world to make it what she wanted it to be, and it was her. Every commercial was showing the grief of her throughout her life, and at the end, she became the Scarlet Witch. That was the show. Everything else is what we made in our mind. That's not what they told us we were going to get.
All right, I got this real quick. Well, I have this in my head real fast. First of all, it's not Feige's job to tell us anything. When you create a book, you don't go on record before people read the book and tell them anything. Feige's job is to shut the hell up until the show is over. So I didn't expect anything from him. Second, he did literally say, quote, that season 1 of WandaVision will hand off straight into the upcoming MCU feature sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So he did.
And I just told you how it did.
Okay.
I just told you how it did.
By being an origin story for Wanda.
For Scarlet Witch.
And putting putting somebody into the universe that is an equal to him in sorcery or whatever. Hey, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, that's it.
When I say underwhelmed, I'm not even talking about, oh, we didn't see this, we didn't see that. It wasn't even that. When you go and you have all these open lines of things going
Breadcrumbs.
on. And not even breadcrumbs. You're still digging into it like, this meant this and that. I'm not even going there. I don't. Did some stuff possibly lead to that? Fine, yeah, but I knew there were going to be things that didn't happen. But the thing here is it was so anticlimactic. Even with what they did, they could have done more within that, I think.
Now, what I'm going to say to that is, I agree with you. There are a lot of open plot holes and a lot of things that they could have, like what happened to the, what's her name? Like
Beekeeper.
The smart girl. Yeah, whatever. She like ran out of there quickly. What happened to this one? What happened to that one? What happened with the storyline with the Hayward's right-hand girl who knew the whole protocol of what was happening? But at the same time, for me, it was a TV show. They do that shit in TV shows all the time, expecting a season 2 or whatever. So I'm okay. And they might do a season 2. So I'm okay with those open plot holes because we know that this is connected to a larger. Now, if this was a TV show, like a regular old TV show, yeah, sure, fine. Open plot holes, great. But I can see how, because we're doing such a hybrid of movie, TV show, where people can get upset and are not happy with those plot holes, but TV show force.
I am not upset at this. And Robert, I think we're on the same page. Yeah, I understand it was an origin story. It wasn't like it was a bad episode. I just felt like they phoned it in. That's how I feel. And I'm not talking about open things like that. I think they phoned it in. It was so pedestrian on what they could have done.
So what could you think?
Hold on. But you're saying what could have done was what our expectations were of the shit that we brought up and we connected.
Even within everything they did, even if you just go on the single storyline that they ended this on, the Vision fighting Vision, Wanda fighting Agatha, even just that.
I love the Vision versus Vision.
I thought it was great. Yeah. I just looked at it and said, it just seemed underwhelming.
You do know this is a television show that doesn't have $200 million budget, right?
You do know though that they were spending more money on these shows than some of their movies, Disney's movies, as far as production.
But at the end of the day, it's not your job to tell us what they should have done. It's their job to say, this is what we're doing.
Rob, he's not saying he's telling us what should have happened, what should have done.
I'm just thinking that they could have. Did you want to get that super chat? I'm sorry.
He just said it was an origin story. This is from Yusufu. It says it was an origin story of Scarlet Witch and Monica and how Vision got back to the MCU, in which Vision is also back to the MCU.
And I like
you keep saying the word could.
That part.
Could.
I'm just saying, but within what they did, it was a good episode. I just think that they phoned it in. They had put so much time and effort developing up to this.
It was sloppy. They had sloppy editing.
They got there. When they
sloppy production,
there, even only the stuff that we got, I just feel like they kind of just said, "Here you go," and it just felt like it was lacking something even within itself.
Now, the way I can
pudding though.
Yeah. Okay. So the way I can equate that is like maybe a movie that we see that there was a lot left on the cutting room floor. Maybe they didn't want to push too far in for another episode to alienate or eat the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So they were like, we're just going to keep it at 9 episodes when they should have done 10, or they could have done something else. So I get your point, and I completely and I agree. But at the same time, Rob is right. Like what they wanted to do, they accomplished. But there was more on the cutting room floor that they could have added to make it a little. better.
No one came out and said Mephisto was going to be a part of this.
I'm
No
not
one
even talking
said
We're not even
that Doctor
talking about
Strange
that,
Somebody had
Rob.
to.
We're not even talking about any of that.
No, because he's saying it's sloppily done. How is
Yeah,
it sloppily done? I really want to
production
know.
value.
I got this. I got this one, guys. I have
All right.
videos on this. It was sloppily done because the editing was crap. They broke their own. They retconned their own laid out on screen. Like for instance, Dottie, when she broke out of her when she remember the first radio scene in episode 2, didn't know who the hell Wanda is. But magically in episode 9, she's calling her by name and telling her kids and knows exactly who she is. What the hell was that? Okay, the editing, the lineup, the shots, watching somebody actually have a conversation with Hayward while they're watching one of the episodes, and in the episode is skipping entire scenes. They went from before the dinner show in episode 1 while Dottie was watching not Dottie, I'm sorry. Darcy was watching the TV screen when she first hooked up. They went from before dinner to the end of the show within a 2-minute conversation. That scene was like 10, 12 minutes long. There was sloppy editing. They dropped plots like what the hell ever happened to the beekeeper? You know what I mean? They had shots where people were going through. They were going through the hex and it was paper thin. But then you have Monica going through it and it's like 10 meters.
The beekeeper was not a drop plot. The beekeeper was the dude from outside the hex. He came in. He was the beekeeper, and then someone rewinding cut that out of the show.
And then they show then the next episode. Then the next episode they show that same exact scene, and they don't show the rewind as if something else happened that we didn't see. We just saw the edit. Remember, time outside when we're looking at the broadcast doesn't happen at the same time inside, and they proved that when Darcy was seeing scenes that happened. Remember what happened when she said, "You know about Ultron," and then it just immediately clipped to the end scene of them on the couch, and then the time it took Monica to fall out the shield. That's when we heard her fall out the shield. So we know that what happens inside is not necessarily what happens on the outside, and that there are cuts, and they did that with the beekeeper scene.
You're looking too deep into shit, man. You're looking at like the color on the wall to try to tell. Like, just focus on what has been given to you. Do not look for shit.
We're not looking for that.
I tried.
We're not looking for
anything.
It's the same reason. Like the things that he's saying. Like, okay, those are a little deep. I'm not gonna lie, they're a little deep. But the thing is, like, for instance, we'll watch a movie like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, and we know the movie's crap, but there's such enjoyment in it. But we just overlook that. In a show like this, where it's such high quality value, it's kind of hard to overlook it. But at the same time, we can just get the gist of the story and understand that and love it. So that's kind of, I guess, what they're saying, what they're trying to say in a nutshell. If I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But Chris, I think you might have gone somewhere else.
This isn't Roxanne or Married with Children. This is a multi-million-dollar company that's linked to that's supposed to be a multi-billion-dollar movie. So they have more than their just original budget.
Hold up, LG.
I got 2 super chats. The Quicksilver reveal was disappointing. It was disappointing because you thought it was going to be something more. Again, your expectations.
Well, that was a troll. Very simple. Like that was just trolling us. Like,
that was an obvious troll. They basically said, "Listen,
I applaud
we're not going to see him. We're not going to see him. We're not going to see him ever again. We're not going to see that Quicksilver. He is off the table right now. That's what that scene did to us.
No, what it is
they got a boner.
Guys, we have
literally
the ability to do this. we have the ability to do this. Let's bring this character in, but we're gonna play with the fact that he's Quicksilver, but we're not gonna make him Quicksilver because they have plans for the other stuff. You guys are the ones taking stuff and trying to take a anthill and turn it into a mountain or whatever. It's like sometimes Easter eggs are just there for Easter eggs, for entertainment, right? He ended up being Ralph. Just Ralph wasn't Mephisto. Like
husband.
No, I don't think that. No, that wasn't even Ralph. By the way, that was just a coincidence because not all the stuff that she said about Ralph doesn't match up with him being Ralph. I think that was just coincidental and to throw it in our face.
Rob,
she was married to Ralph. She was married to that kid that has nothing to do. He was just some guy in the hex that just so happens to be the name Ralph. And you really think she was talking about that Ralph? Exactly.
Well, his name
seriously,
was
really?
Boner. She was not.
And you don't use the same actor for the same role and throw it in our face like that and just say, you're looking too much into it. You use the same actor with the same role, for God's sake, Storms.
There are people in the comments just telling like how asinine you're being right now. Like, you're ass a 9, ass a 10, ass 11, ass a 12. You are taking shit. You are taking shit that you need to look a magnifying glass and trying to tell people, like, dude, you know how many production movies and stuff they have where they bring in people from other roles just to kind of give like a nod to you, like having like
to fit other
CW
roles.
does it all the time.
They do it all the time to fit other roles, not the same character. For God's sakes. I see it in Star Trek all the time. You got freaking Jeffrey Combs that plays 5 different people.
I gotta go take a piss.
I'll wait until Robert gets back, because what I have to say,
I have no problem talking while Robert's gone. So the thing is, for me, I feel like Rob right now is like emotionally attached to the show, and for good reason. Like, you know, he's an emotional guy. I mean, dang, he's dating a Puerto Rican. He better be emotional shit. So I mean,
Puerto Rican, he needs therapy after every day.
He's an emotional guy. I mean, you know, so he's coming at it from the emotional point of view of the show. That's like us arguing with people about Friends and how it doesn't make any sense, but they're like, screw you, man. They're ready to like come at your face like the Beehive. So I'm not saying he's like that far off, but he's coming at from like, okay, this was great, this was amazing, this was this, and I get you. And like, if somebody comes and tells me, hey, Street Fighter was a shitty movie, I'd be like, you're absolutely right. But then if I'm gonna hit you with something, but the way it makes me feel inside because of how I felt when I was 9 years old when I saw it, and you know, stuff like that. So I mean, I get what he's saying, and I get what you're saying, LDG. And like, I tear apart movies like that all the time. But just in this case, we just have somebody who just
the thing is that, like you said, there were so many plot holes and there were so many Easter eggs and so many things that could have been, and we got so entangled into what we expected, and we fed off each other and the internet and other people's theories. That even myself, and I was saying this before, when at the end credit scene where you saw the mountains and the lake, I looked at my wife. I'm like, "Ooh, Alkali Lake. Could it be Wolverine?" You know, then I see the little freaking shed. I'm like, oh no, it isn't. You know, but
it clarified. It wasn't Easter eggs. They weaponized their Easter eggs. They did that on purpose. They knew this wasn't a random convergence of Easter eggs. This was strategic annihilation of trolling the viewer with Easter eggs. Okay, they specifically, it was a chess game to them.
Yeah, they weaponized you, man. They weaponized you.
I think they did. They did.
Turned my own autism against me.
On the leash. Anyway, Chris, what you was about to say, man? What you was gonna say?
All right. Here's the thing. You guys are going back and talking about the Easter eggs and all that stuff. And Robert, that's not where I'm even going with that. I am talking within the confines of this episode and what this episode did. Even with just this episode's storyline, what was in there? Wanda versus Agatha. Vision versus Vision. I'm going to give you what I think was good and what I think was not that great and what was underwhelming. First off, one of the best parts was that part where Vision talks to Vision and they're stopping and,
I think
they're
that was
doing
great.
what Vision does. They're kind of analyzing the situation. The completely manifested Vision is able to talk to the analytical Vision in a way that he understands, and then is able to transfer himself and the things that he remembers to him, which ultimately makes him Vision. And I like that. That was a very good touch, and I think that was done just right. The fighting between Vision and Vision, I'm like, okay, that's fine. The Vision and Vision stuff didn't really bother me, and I do think the little troll of Paul Bettany doing that, I did in the long run. I look at him like that is novel, because yes, how many actors are really, honestly, I don't think he's egotistical, but how many are that egotistical to say, I'd love to work with myself? And I think that was interesting. So that was good. But other part that I really liked was when Wanda does the rune and protects herself within the hex. That was very nicely done, and it really makes sense. You're like, because I was watching that part going like, why is she missing? It's almost like she's purposely missing. And then you find out what she's doing is she's hexing the hex to protect her. And I did like that. It made sense. She's learning, which again, origin story. We knew this was an origin story. We knew this was ultimately going to come out on the far end as her being the Scarlet Witch. Did they do that? They did that fairly well. I just think that things like at the end when she decides that she's going to let go of the Hex, I really thought that would be a little more emotional. Just almost like, I have to do this. That's fine.
It was emotional.
So
I cried.
Well, here's the thing. Well, you might have, but she's sitting there kind of, I have to do it, and she's doing it. But here's the thing: if we're setting her up,
her kids, vision, man, dude, bro, I was.
They walk out, and you kind of knew because it showed the Hex getting closer as she walked out of the kids' room. But my problem is how are we setting her up exactly? Because if we're setting her up to be somebody that is emotionally unstable, which they kind of were this whole time, now all of a sudden she's able to control it. It happened, like I said, they rushed into adding so much in this series that at the end they couldn't give a complete wrap up to why. It's like this whole episode, she was able to learn how to control it, use it, and no longer not understand it.
I'm going to tell you like
all
this.
in this episode.
All right.
The last episode, she was still not getting it.
Okay.
What's up, Rob?
Let Danny, Sharif, and Basco talk because we've been talking for us three, me, you, and LDG. Let the other three panelists.
So what I'm gonna tell you like this is in these 9 episodes, and not even in the last 9, maybe like in the last 4 episodes. Tell me how they did a better Phoenix Saga than they ever did before. Because that's what I was thinking almost the entire time. From the second that she saw Scarlet Witch coming down in the light, I was like, look at this Phoenix Saga shit right here. and that was amazing. And then you were saying with the Alkaline Lake, I was like, oh shit, look at that again. So I mean, I thought it was great. I thought it was a great origin story, and I like those 2 points that you were making, Chris, was about the him talking to himself and rationalizing, and that brought me back to, like, I was watching that scene, and that brought me back immediately to Matrix Revolutions, Matrix Reloaded with the architect talking to Neo, and I thought that was like one of the coolest. Like it was mind bending. I was like Christopher Nolan before Christopher Nolan type nonsense, but like it was mind bending, and this was like a condensed version of that, to where it's like just bite sized enough to get you to understand like where they're going with it, and I thought that was cool. Again, I really thought that was cool also.
Yeah. I want to make one last thing here, and I want to make sure Robert understands. I didn't say I don't like it. Never. I just felt like I was going to get more than I got. They did what they needed to do. They did what they needed to do.
Bare minimum.
All right.
This is more like something leading into season 2. So,
absolutely.
You guys are gonna make me start muting people. I want to get to Danny and Bosco. I want to make sure everybody has fair amount of their say on it.
Go ahead, Danny.
Before I get to Danny, I just want to say that I think we are in a spot now in our culture where we as fans are too fucking greedy. Where I think we could have done more. I think they did the bare minimum. I think that this was the first ever MCU show that actually put in the time and money, and the storyline from the very first episode went right to the storyline in the final episode, and it wrapped up. We found out everything we needed to know. We found out why the Hex was created, who was in charge of the Hex, who was the villain, what was going on with Sword. What we got a tie-in to Nick Fury's show with the Skrull showing up at the end. We see Scarlet Witch doing her training for Doctor Strange. They literally gave everything that this show was supposed to be, yet certain people are going, oh, they're giving us the bare. This is the first ever. I just want to say this before we get to Danny and Batco. If you guys think you could do such a better job, then you go and try. That's all I want to say.
Give me the money.
It would be 100 episodes season to try to
No, it wouldn't be. But go ahead. I want to hear Danny. Go ahead.
I'm saying sometimes the story is going to lead the viewer or the watcher wondering what's going on. Sometimes the story is meant to lead to make you draw your own conclusions. When I first saw this at 5 a.m. this morning, I was like Chris. I was underwhelmed. I did not really care for it. But then after listening to Rob, he made me saw a different perspective. And I agree with what he's saying 1,000%, that this was an origin story. Sometimes origin stories are what we want. Sometimes they're not. I don't feel overwhelmed after I looked at it from that perspective, through that different lens. So I agree what he said just now. Fans are very greedy. We want what we want, how we want it, when we want it. And sometimes you're not going to get it. This is not Burger King. This is Disney. This is Kevin Feige's creation. I've heard all of us say at one time or other that we trust Kevin Feige. So now it's time to, maybe not LDG. But other than that, I'm just going to be quiet and wait and see what he's going to do, because I think once you get into WandaVision, to the multiverse of madness, that this is going to tie back into this particular show. Kind of how this show tie back in if you go back and watch Ultron. There's some things that I didn't recognize in Ultron after seeing this. I'm like, damn, that did happen. So the same way they're able to tie back something that happened 6 or 7 years ago, I think next year when Doctor Strange 2 comes out, it's going to tie back on this, and it's going to make more sense. So we got to be patient. And like I said, I was happy with the show. At the end of the show, first 3 episodes I thought was gorilla shit, but the last 7, fantastic. I'm happy with it. I have no complaints, and I'm ready for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Absolutely. I love the episode.
And before we start breaking down Falcon Winter Soldier, going, oh my God, this is the key to the multiverse. Okay, just know that's going to be a show of Falcon becoming Captain America. So don't get your hopes up on.
Pause. No. Let's wait to the end of this before we jump on that. Like, just say what you guys to say, please. No, Rob.
And tell me why. I want to ask a question on that right there. Yeah. Why then are they making every last thing make it sound like this is a question of who's going to be Captain America after? I still think it's going to be Falcon, but they're making it sound like this is going to tell you who's going to be. It's like, I don't need that. But show me how Falcon is going to.
Because not everybody reads comic books, and not everybody knows Falcon is Captain America in the comics.
Now, that's I want to, Mr.
But they do it in game. They gave it to him in Endgame.
All right. So I don't know. I'm Mr. in the Gray. I forgot your name. What's your name, bud?
Bosco.
Did you get what you had to say out?
Yeah, I said it when we were all talking, right? I liked the episode, and I was one that had high expectations going in because of all the theories and everything that was going on. But when I finished watching it, like I said before, the thing that I was like, that I actually went ooh on was when I saw that lake, and I'm like, is that Alkaline Lake? Is this going to be tying into Wolverine or an X-Men thing? And it wasn't. That was my only. But sitting back, going to work, being in the car, thinking about the whole show as a whole, it was a great show, and it set the bar here for the Falcon and Winter Soldier that's coming up. And it wouldn't surprise me what Rob said, that it's probably going to be an origin story for the Falcon, possibly moving on to be Captain.
That's what we're getting.
America, possibly, right? Because we don't know.
Looks like origin story is coming. Yep.
So what I'm going to say. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if I put this up against The Mandalorian season 1, this one did a much better job of continuity. It felt like each episode fed into the next one like it should. I think it did a much better job than season 1 of The Mandalorian. I have no problems with this episode. I'm just saying, I felt it could have had a little extra oomph.
No, and you're right about that. So now I want to go back and I want to address, something Rob was like, oh, if you can make a better story like that, make it yourself. Now, I'm gonna kind of like jump back a little bit further to say, Disney has had a track record of trying to please everybody a lot of times. So if we go back and we look at Star Wars after the second one. In the third one, they tried to like fix all the mistakes, make everybody happy. Not everybody was happy, but they tried to just smooth it over. Now, I can see that happening maybe when they got to like middle of, this seasons or whatever it is. And they were like, all right, we have a lot of stuff going on. We just got to make people happy. Just give them, let's just get it out of the way, save it for whatever next, and then move on. Now, not everybody's going to be happy. Absolutely not. Now, in terms of making it better, now, if we go back and we look at Netflix's Marvel series, if you look especially Daredevil season 1 and how that worked out and how that was an amazing origin story and how that worked out and how they had enough episodes and whatever. Like that was just better, more controlled, more concise, more, just really world building. Because with this, remember, you're also relying on knowledge of the past 17 movies or whatever it is, and one in particular, as opposed to building and creating a story just from scratch. This wasn't a one and done. I'm starting from episode 1, ending in episode 9. No, episode 1 started back in 7 years ago, and now episode 9 is going to go into 5 years later. So yes, not everybody's going to be happy, not everybody's going to be concise, but it is possible to make a more cohesive show that is better done comprehensively and things like that. Daredevil, Punisher, not so much Luke Cage and the other one, but Daredevil, the Punisher.
Defenders.
Make a quick comment on what you just said about that. You said that Disney is in the business of making people happy. That may be true for Disney, but that's not true for Marvel. Whatever Marvel puts out now, people may not like it, but it's gold. It's averaging $1 billion, so they don't have that problem.
But I want to make a point. Just want to say this also. Right now, Disney Plus is saving their asses like a big time. So whatever they put on there, they're going to poke and prod and make sure that it is what it needs to be for that service to become successful. If they have to pull something out and not offend somebody, absolutely, to get those subscribers, to help them push. Absolutely. So I think that even more so, this show was poked and prodded and changed around and amalgamated to become what it needed to be on this service at that time.
Yeah, it's a double-edged blade, because what you do to get some subs might make you lose subs by doing the very same thing.
Absolutely.
Also,
I want to say something though. Okay, one thing. I do agree with you, Sharif, that Daredevil is a much better done show. But here's the thing with Daredevil. I don't agree with John Punisher. I love both seasons of Punisher. It wasn't better than WandaVision.
Yeah, I love Punisher.
But Netflix set that, boom, here's the entire season. Binge Daredevil, right? We didn't have to go week to week figuring out all these little clues of what this means, going, oh, man, you think this is going to show up? You think Bullseye's going to show up in the final season finale? Like, no, it was like, boom, one day, the whole season was out, and people like Adam sat there and watched the entire season. Meanwhile, this was stretched out for the past 9 weeks, and we got people like LGG going through there frame by frame, going, well, how come this is purple here and it was blue in the last episode?
But
damn Skippy,
and I get that, but again, these week by week is a business decision, because they need to stretch out their content. Because
it's all money, exactly.
I
like it.
Done like that.
And that's what they did. They stretched this out. The only reason you say you don't, yes, you do. If they would have released frickin' WandaVision like they said they were originally thinking of doing, I still would have tried to connect the dots. The only difference is I had a whole week before, instead of doing it live while I'm watching each episode. Still would have done the same thing, just wouldn't have as much time to do it. Second of all, they're the king of stretching it out. WandaVision is technically, you know what? I could have saved them so much money, because WandaVision was basically 3 episodes, and they stretched it out to 9. Okay, that whole WandaVision origin story could have been done in 3 episodes flat.
We're getting right back to what
I don't agree about. I don't agree with that, but I understand that it could have been condensed or whatever. But no, I don't know.
First 3 episodes. First 3 episodes. 1 episode. First 3. There's your first episode right there. It was 1 episode right there.
Just for the jury, I just want the jury to know. I just want the jury to know the fact that LDG does hate Endgame.
It has nothing to do with the bearing on.
Okay, you know what? Let me clarify while I'm here and I can defend myself a little bit.
Get this down there.
I just like Danny said, and other Chris said, I liked it for what they gave us. It should have been 10 times.
I'm tired.
Endgame should have been 10 times better.
I do not mean what I've said about this episode in the same light that he's saying what he's saying.
WandaVision should have been 10 times better. Okay, they literally gave us just what they wanted to give us, just enough to give us what they say they can back up and say, well, this is all we really said.
Give them some years. Give them some years, and give them some years. And then they'll figure it out, okay? Because
they've already had how many movies, for God's sakes, okay? They've been already doing so many. This isn't like their first series, okay? It's not their first production,
dude.
Okay.
When I came out of Thor Dark World, I didn't go, man, this could have been so much. They should have gave me this. They could have done. No, I was like, you know what? I don't like it. Never watched it again. It's that simple. Like, I didn't sit there and so, oh no, they should have gave me. Like who the fuck am I to tell them what they should have gave me? Or
bro,
they
you're the viewer.
This.
Who are you?
You're the most important.
Isn't it your opinion, though?
Platform. You can say whatever you want.
You're the most important person. You're not some guy that's writing a book for no reason at all. They're doing this for us. We are the most important people. That's who we are.
Should they not care about what we, within reason, should they not care about what the fans want?
This isn't a hobby. This is money. We're giving them money. You're
giving them the power to just say, fuck you all. I'm going to do what I want. Fuck you. I don't care what you
know
think.
that there's millions of people out there that doesn't go on internet and watches that stuff. And you know, they just watch it. They're not sitting there playing Monday quarterback.
I'm not so much on that train on this particular series. I'm just stating that to give filmmakers or series and TV people the absolute control to tell the fans, fuck you, I don't care what you think. That's a little dangerous to be giving them that.
This was all made last year. Okay, you guys know this was made. You're acting like
I'm not talking about this.
Okay, you know what? Listen, guys, I appreciate this, but you know what?
Like
the same people on this panel, even Robert Storm, tell me if I'm wrong. Answer me this. If they would have given us the same story, but 10 times better, would you even be would you be like, oh, that's too much? Oh my God, oh, it sucks. They gave us way too much. You would have loved it. It depends
what your definition of better is, because for me, it checked off all those boxes.
Subjective.
Me, the 10 times better, it was 10 times better. It was exactly what I wanted and exactly what they gave me. But when the show was over, I was like, well, no Ultron or Mephisto, but I'm glad they gave me what they gave me. It's like, I didn't sit there, you know.
Yeah, but Rob, you have to think what you expected, and what you think is okay for you might not be okay for someone else.
It's six of us on this. It's 6 of us on this panel. Yeah. It looks like 3 of us are happy with what they gave us. 3 of us not so much. So that right there.
No,
I'm fine with it.
You're never gonna please everybody. I understand that. Everything, film, books, every kind of media is subjective. But it feels like LDG and Chris are like, oh, they changed last week's episode. Like they filmed the shitty finale last week just to piss us off. They were setting the breadcrumbs.
I'm not saying any of that, Rob.
That's what it sounds like.
With all due respect, Rob, listen, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm just saying, this was all scripted and filmed a year ago. It ain't like they changed it the last minute just to piss off YouTube.
Yes, I've also been to college for a production degree, and I know the shit they put us through and the mistakes they made. I wouldn't have passed. We don't make those mistakes in freaking production school. They teach us certain continuities, storyboards, effects, editing, the whole 9 yards. They were making amateur mistakes.
I'm not doubting what you're saying, but it's working for Kevin Feige. So
I get it. Okay, so you're looking at it very deep. Like you're looking at this like how I would look at like a Scorsese film, or how I would look at like or some masterpiece. And I get that. There were mistakes made in this film, but at the same time, because of what it is, I can overlook it. This wasn't some super serious piece of work, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? But I get where you're coming from, because I found mistakes all throughout.
I moved on. I'm good. I moved on. I took it for what it is. We're moving forward, because right now my eyes are set on Doctor Strange 2, because that is going to be fire, and it better be fire.
Amazing. So let's pull it back to a comment that you had said that you had said, Rob, about and people said about the origin of, it's going to be the origin of Falcon becoming Captain America. I'm gonna tell you like this, straight out. America ain't ready for no black Captain America. I'm sorry. They are not ready for that. They are not ready for that.
How can you think you're doing 9 episodes leading up to that?
He poked the bear.
I absolutely poked the bear.
Right,
I don't even mind it, because I know
I want to say this about that. The problem I have right now with Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the fact that they're trying to make it seem like there's a choice. Like one or the other will get it. Like there is some sort of
absolutely.
The problem is they've already wrote that story, because at the end of Endgame, they nodded to the comic books. They nodded to the comic books that Bucky had carried the moniker at one time, and what they did is he said no, and then they went on and said here to the Falcon.
Okay.
And when they did that,
chats I have to get to.
Yes, go
ahead. Go with the super.
Okay,
chat.
I got
I want to hear what they
four
got.
super chats we get to. Yusufu said, "You people, you give people a slice of cake. They want the whole damn cake."
Yeah. Give somebody an inch, they take them out. Absolutely, and that's what some people want. That's what some people get.
And Jared threw in a $2 super chat.
That's funny, right here.
If was 50, we would all be drunk.
Was a fifth of vodka, a fifth of liquor. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, you're right, Jared. You're right.
And then Angel comes in with a super chat. Okay, season with mediocre finales. Marvel just trolled all of us. Shills just can't handle the truth. MCU fanboys will just dealt with it, period. I disagree with that on so many different levels. Then I got 2 more super chats just pop in. Hold on.
Let's go ahead, man. I'm ready for them.
Because I do got a lot to say about Falcon Winter Soldier.
Let's talk to him.
I'm just waiting. Okay, hold on.
That was a good super chat.
I would expect that from Poetic Gangster. Devin says, Rob, off topic, but details of Snyder's plan for Justice League 2 were leaked. I have a transcript. If you want to read it, I can DM you on Facebook. I care less. I'm not looking 5 steps ahead. I'm going to focus on the Snyder cut for the 4-hour Snyder cut that I had to take off work for to watch. I'm just focused on that. Because what's going to happen is
you had to take off. It didn't even come out yet.
No, I had to. I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My girlfriend's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" I'm watching the Snyder Cut before work, babe.
Okay.
I had to. And
all right.
And not only that, but they already said that this was going to be a one and done for Snyder. So I'm not getting into the rumor mill, because when the second one doesn't come out, I don't want to hear, well, they should have gave up. Well,
no. They're already changing.
Oh, yeah, you got no. Yeah, what is with that, too, by the way? They made it sound like he was going to be the next best thing to DC.
Yeah, no.
And then he's only getting a one and cut, and he's done. He's out of there, even though Superman's not coming back.
Yeah, they're even changing him around. Henry Cavill's gone, man. Causing too much problem.
Yeah. Christopher said, so overloaded the finale like Tom Maguire's Spider-Man 3. Yeah,
I don't know about that. No, but I don't think it was overloaded. I just think that it's just no, I don't agree. Somebody else get on that.
Okay, so can I give my opinion on Falcon Winter Soldier real quick?
Go on.
All right, I'm gonna try to get this over with quick, and then you guys can talk about it. So here's my thing on Falcon Winter Soldier. Yes, he got the shield at the end. It was great for the movie people, right? But then they did a series on it. They're going to show you how he's going to progress. Just because Cap gives him the shield doesn't mean the United States fucking government's like, hey, you're going to get that fucking shield. They're like, fuck no, bro. Like, we're putting Whitey behind that shield. That's why we're going to get whatchamacallit's son to play that one character. And it's going to be Falcon learning to become Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what that's about.
But the thing is, not everybody who saw Endgame is going to watch Falcon Winter Soldier. So when we see the next movie and he is Captain America, they're going to be like, oh, well, yeah, we saw him get the shield at the end of Endgame. But for us hardcore fans, we'll be watching Falcon Winter Soldier, and it's going to be his origin story becoming Falcon Winter.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Just like WandaVision. They're going to show flashbacks just like they did in WandaVision. So it's not like they're going to have a little bit of being able to connect the ties. It's not going to be just a straight, dry cut. So I'm sure they'll do something.
And the season finale is going to be Steve Rogers coming back and saying, thank you for keeping this warm for me.
That's funny. Yeah.
When did LDG become a scroll?
Right after he went into the theater.
No, but Robert, I understand that. I'm not liking this idea that they're trying to say who will be, like
it's a play. It's a play on
it's what the intrigue.
Do. It's not an intrigue. That's crap. I feel like for me, I'm looking at this like I don't care what happens on who gets the shield. Doesn't bother me none. If I think who's gonna get it gets it, great. If they don't, awesome, great. You threw me for a loop. I'm looking forward to this show just for some buddy cop funniness in this thing. That's what I'm looking forward for. I don't care about like who gets it at the end. They could break that shield like for the third time in the movies for all I care. I don't care. I just was like, give me some funny, I can't say bad boy stuff, but like, Lethal Weapon type of just funniness in this show. And I love it. Like, I'm good with that. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm no more of this arthritis fingers here going on for like 9 episodes. All right. so I'm good. I'm good. Like that's all. Like that's it. That's all I want. Just regular old guns and shooting and flying and then like one of my favorite sequences of all time is Independence Day, the canyon run when they're in the planes. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was something that they highlighted in the trailers because that is huge. Yeah. And I was like, that's great. That's what I want. That's more of what I want.
Yeah.
So
that was good.
Yeah, that's how I feel. So I don't really care what happens.
We got 61 likes. Let's get to 80.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
we have 112 people watching.
Yeah, Bosco, what you think, man?
Winter Soldier is going to be, like you said, it's a different type of thing, right? It's not witchcraft. It's not basically a lot of superpowers besides Bucky with the serum and his bionic arm, right? Because Falcon, he's just a dude in a special exosuit with wings on it. Exactly. So I think it's going to be interesting, man. I think you know what, Marvel knows what they're doing because they did a great job with this one that just came out, having us all fooled, all talking, making all that clickbait. It fueled a beast.
They knew what they were doing.
Gaïskar, you must have you haven't had dinner yet, have you? Because you literally said that without puking. You must
honestly, you know what?
So
I admit to be fooled.
A little bit of food come up.
I admit to be fooled, but when you sit back and you look at what they did, I applaud their fucking genius because that's
what I do. Really quick on this, Gaïskar? Let's go back to what JJ would have said. Keep it simple, stupid, and they did, and I'm fine with that. They did exactly like Robert said. It was an origin story. It did what it needed to do. I said it several episodes ago that this was going to be her getting her name.
Yeah, but it's also one thing that we said earlier. Remember, some people haven't read the comics, and for them, this is their comic books. Like they just said it before.
It was really nice.
It wasn't even based off the comics, but
they gave all the nods. They gave all the nods to House of M and a bunch of other independent. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The nod.
Let's not give fake news, Chris. Okay, they didn't keep it simple, stupid. Okay, that's Dora the Explorer. Okay, they returned it to simple, stupid. They went so advanced with their freaking theory building freaking Easter eggs. I had to take my diabetic medication with how much freaking Easter eggs they gave us.
I'm assuming you went to Full Sail, didn't you?
No, I didn't go to Full Sail.
Okay. I was like, you sound a lot like the people
right up the street, though.
that are in the
yeah, dude, they went so weaponizing the Easter eggs against us, making people like me go absolutely effing nuts. You see these red eyes? Yeah, this isn't part of my effect. Okay, this is actually my eyes.
You did that
to yourself. But it wouldn't have happened. Okay, you don't follow a trail unless the trail is there. And when WandaVision first came out, I was the first person calling out the production errors. I was the first person with a video on there that
you said the mailman was somebody important.
Listen,
the mailman was Doctor Strange. I thought, yeah.
Wise man once said, "When you look for more than the trail, you find your loss."
So you got the mailman delivering 15 packages with no truck, and then they purposely show us him in episode 9 in a truck.
Fucking show.
You know what? You know exactly what Feige was doing.
Nobody in the world.
That's exactly what he was doing the entire episode. He's laughing his ass off.
Nobody is watching WandaVision, counting the packages the mailman is carrying by foot, other than you. Nobody.
Sure. Okay.
Listen. Again, some people watch it on a deeper level, and some people watch it on a surface level.
Brother,
I'm not the only one. Exactly.
I don't think that you're the only one.
Some people don't like to work. Some people don't like to work to watch their TV. I get that. Some people do.
Had to wear a full body condom to be as deep as LDG was.
But you know what, though? All kidding aside, my theories are fire, brother. WandaVision would have been fucking the end game of all end games if my theories came out, man. It would have been so exciting, bro. Wouldn't you loved it with all that hell going on? And then the mailman's like, oh, boom, freaking Doctor Strange helping out and all that crap. Totally, Captain Marvel and all that stuff, dude. It would have been awesome. Hands down. And you don't think they weren't trolling? You don't think they weren't trolling? Mr. Hart, really? Mr. Hart. He had glasses. He was wearing a suit. You really think that wasn't trolling us?
Yeah.
You think that's coincidental?
Were they trolling in Daredevil, the movie, when they gave little Easter eggs like Joe Quesada or John Romita's battling this person? It's just playing homage. It's little nods.
I gotta give respect that he actually remembers Daredevil and watched out for the Easter eggs.
Yeah,
I love Daredevil. I love Daredevil.
Oh my god!
When you give out a random Easter egg like that, yeah, of course you can give a nod to that. But when you connect the dots with them and create a freaking paradox of Easter eggs that are specifically designed not to be a random Easter egg, but to drive people like me and other people who are trying to figure out what's happening next.
Dead all the time.
They did it. Walking Dead broke their own canon on episode 1. For God's sakes, I'm talking about freaking
superhero show. Oh my god, dude! Dude.
I give them credit. I give them credit for doing this. I might be pissed off that they did it.
You're on, bro.
I don't know if you can handle that, but yeah, no worries, dude. Freaking listen, I give them credit. Okay, I know I'm having fun making fun of this, but I do give him credit. I do enjoy it. I did have fun staying up to all. Wanda literally put me in the hospital. Literally, I was in the hospital. I'm not joking you. I
called it the Wanda.
I was in the hospital. I had no sleep because of this. It was the straw that broke my camel's back was streaming and my work and everything that I do.
You know what?
Watching Wanda and obsessing about Wanda literally put me in the hospital Monday morning because I had no sleep.
Early into this. Some of the things LDG said early on, I was on board for. Then I wake up one day because I watched these episodes. I thought about what I thought about it, and then I waited till Sunday to do the roundtable. And the 2 weeks you've had me on, Robert, thank you, by the way. I have my opinion of it. But when I woke up one day and I start hearing the Iron Man theory and all that, I'm like, oh my god, he has lost it because. What the hell did he do? It's like he jacked into WandaVision and tried to decipher.
It ain't that serious.
Did you guys ever hear the phrase, sometimes the simplest answer is the correct answer?
Occam's razor. Occam's razor. Yes. Yes, absolutely. But some people always...
It's like Danny said, taking 2 + 2 and making it calculus. You know, is not everything is super deep, you know?
Oh, I understand, but that's what I was saying is I woke up one morning and I started hearing him say the heart, all of that stuff. I was like, what the hell happened last night, LDG? Where did he go? He went down the YouTube wormhole.
Again, I get where he's coming from when he wants to do it, but I just feel like he's going too deep on this show, like way too deep. Like I feel like
I went way.
What did I say, LDG?
Okay, well then pull out, bro, because unless you're gonna have a bunch of kids, learn to pull out, bro.
You see this right here? Okay, Jesus. I literally spent hours, days coming up with this one theory. There's another theory. I mean, I tore this mother out, bro. Theory after theory. I went nuts on this show.
All right, okay, give me a second, because I got someone crying. Hold on, I got someone crying on here. I didn't skip Poetic Gangster's super chat. I put it right up on the screen. Okay, he said all it was making fun of people.
Yeah, it's overhyped. Yeah. Big later egg. I get it. Like we've been talking about that the whole time. So Poetic Gangster, absolutely, absolutely. You are 100% right. We didn't skip over it. Shout out, whoop whoop whoop. There it is. We didn't skip you. We read it, and we've been talking about what you said the entire time. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
all right, and now Doctor Strange 2. Now let's go. Let's try to get this. Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be like WandaVision, first directors. All right, on my bad. That's your job, Rob. It doesn't sound so good coming from my mouth.
No, it's great when you do it. That's what I do. Director side, Doctor Strange 2 should be a horror base. WandaVision was too damn Disney.
All right, so yeah.
First of all, you got Sam Raimi directing it.
Well,
Sam
Scott,
Raimi,
I don't
yeah.
agree with.
Scott
I
Derrickson
don't-
was supposed to be directing Doctor Strange. I think 1. He was supposed to direct Strange 1. No, he directed Strange 1. I don't know if he's directing.
One, he's
Strange
supposed to
2.
do 2,
No, it's Sam Raimi.
but he split because he wanted to go more horror, so he split, and then they hired Sam Raimi.
But then Sam Raimi's gonna do that shit. Sam Raimi's gonna do that shit too, because like if you look at like From Hell,
He's
what
gonna
is it,
let Kevin Feige rein it in a little bit. He's gonna work within Kevin
Yeah.
Feige's brain.
I think it'll be good.
The WandaVision was too damn Disney. I don't
All right.
think so. I think there were some kind of dark themes at times.
All I
Yeah,
know,
I
okay.
mean,
So
I
one
didn't-
thing,
Worse than
I definitely wanted to
All I'm
say
gonna
when I was
say
watching WandaVision, I was like, yo, Hocus Pocus 2 better be the shit. If you got all these witches flying around in this, that, and the third,
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2 better
Boom.
be
Yes.
the shit. That's all I'm gonna
Yes.
say. Done. Flat.
Yes.
All right, all I'm gonna say about Sam Raimi is Ash vs. Evil Dead, Xena the Warrior Princess, Young Hercule. He better deliver with Doctor Strange too. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, we're gonna see
All
what
right,
happens.
guys, I'm gonna wrap it up because we're about to hit the hour mark. So before I go, I just want to say I might not be streaming ever again because I might die tonight. My blood pressure's been high all day. I'm just saying, like, my blood pressure's been high all day. I've been taking aspirins. I've been dizzy all day, and then after this stream, like, I might have to go check myself into the emergency room. So,
No,
I did it.
yeah. So if you don't hear
That's
from
what
me,
happened
I'm
to me
dead.
Monday.
You gotta
Yep.
drink some sugar and water.
Water,
Sugar and water.
water.
Sugar and water.
I don't know about the
drinking water all
sugar,
day.
but water.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
my
why
Jamaican-
sugar?
Like my Jamaican moms used to say, you have a headache, child? No problem, man. Drink sugar and water.
I've been taking
That's
aspirin.
the remedy, man. Sugar and water.
It is, bro. There it is, man. Flat.
It was a good show. LDG, man. Keep the spyglass during Falcon Winter Soldier, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
I don't think there's going to be any. I don't think Winter Soldier is going to have anything like that. I think that's going to be a good watch. It's going to have some entertainment action, a little less on the conspiracy theories, and a little bit more on substance and a story, an actual story. WandaVision was, like I said, it was made to be left, right, vertigo, freaking diabetic Easter eggs. I don't see that coming from Falcon.
Oh, just
I
wait till
think
you
it'll
get
be a good
to
watch.
Loki, then. Wait till you get to Loki.
Loki, on the other hand, time travel is always an interesting plot. Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
my god. Oh. But anyway, guys, I have everybody's YouTube channel in the description box below, except for Sharif because he doesn't have a YouTube channel, although I told him he needs to.
Nope,
But
not happening.
just click the links in the description box. Go subscribe to these guys. If you want to hear some crazy ass theories, go to LDG. He'll tell you what the ant on episode 2 on the mailbox was doing. Until next time, guys.
Wow.
Later.
Later, man.
Later. This thing won't end there.